Hi there, welcome to our first vlog. My name is Ayo.
And my name is Lola.
Okay, we saw a topic online today and we felt like sharing our perspectives on that topic with you, and we hope you may agree and you may disagree with us, and whatever your disagreements are, we'll be looking forward to see it in the comment section. Just to lay a little bit of basics on the ground, we are not speaking as authorities or know it all. We are just sharing our own perspective and how we feel. And as much as possible, I'll tell you, we make it real. We try not to discuss the subject before time, so this is not scripted. And so you may find a number of things that are not the way you see your regular video. We just hope that you'd accept us the way we are, and we'll be able to go forward with this. So today I was just scrolling online and I saw someone share a scenario online, and the scenario says, man reportedly cancelled wedding in Kubwa after discovering the wife to be is owing a bank 8.2 million naira. And for me, I was like, okay, if one happens to be in this kind of scenario, how would one react, for the side of the man and for the side of the woman, right? And secondly, let's even look at the person that has reacted, has been documented to react, which is the man. Did he overreact? And be that as it may, we should also look at it from the perspective of the woman as well. As a woman, if you're in the shoes of the woman, how would you react on such things? So Lola, I want you to have a go at it first. Again, this man discovered that his to-be wife is owing a bank 8.2 million naira. I'm sure that happens to be the first time he's getting to know that information, and on that basis he has cancelled their wedding. Maybe they had fixed a date, everybody's looking forward, people have saved the date, but now wedding is not even happening. What do you think?
Well, I think that he definitely has a reason to react. Like you said, he's probably just finding out about this now, that she's owing that amount of money. And the way Nigeria is right now, for a very large number of people, that's probably a lot of money. So we don't know where he is on the ladder of money and earnings, but we can easily assume that maybe it's just an average Nigerian, and then he's hearing that his wife to be is owing 8.2 million naira just like that. I think it's really okay for him to react, and then I actually think that it's the reaction to call off the wedding is also not it's not too much, it's not exaggerated, it's not extreme to me.
Okay.
Because finding out that somebody owes that kind of money, that means she probably didn't discuss it. I don't know how he found out. Maybe she was the one that finally felt like she could tell him now that the wedding plans were underway, or he found out from somebody else. In both cases, it doesn't look too good for her. Like, if she's the one that told him, he might take it to different angles, of which is possible she was just scared, but he might also take it to the angle that this woman thinks that because we have now set a wedding date, she can spring this on me. But if he found out from somebody else, that's like way worse. So him calling off the wedding, I don't know, they could even come back together later, but it's definitely like merits it.
Okay, so on my own side, right, when I saw what was shared, one of the things that came to my mind was that, the approach, for me, I wouldn't want to say the man overreacted, I'm more about the approach to issues, because we've been married for some time now, and I believe that, when people get married, it's always the situation whereby you keep discovering things about each other, right? Even after wedding, and a lot of times, because of discovering new things about your spouse, as the case may be, it doesn't mean you have to jump out of the marriage.
But is this in the category of things you discover after wedding?
Okay, so
discoveries are in levels. So because if somebody is owing a large chunk of money,
okay,
if somebody is in debt,
yes,
generally,
yes,
it's kind of debt that can affect somebody's life, the other person's life. Maybe if somebody has a child or children outside, out with somebody else, whatever. Yeah. If there are certain things that are like big deals, and then you now say that, it's in the line of discoverables. I don't think.
Okay, so let me explain my logic now. So, okay. Like I said, for instance, like I said, when you get married after the wedding, you keep on discovering things about each other. We have seen couples get married and they started discovering that their spouse snores like a trailer, right? And as little as that is, right, we have seen, marriages dissolved on that basis, or things building on that basis and marriages being dissolved, right? But like I said, I'm looking at it from the approach, right? For some people, 8.2 million naira is a big deal. Do you get my point? And for some people, 8.2 million naira is just part of it, And also, if we look at it on the basis of, okay, even if I'm owing somebody 8.2 million naira, right? It's possible I'd figured a way out to pay that person. For instance, when you're trying to get married to your to-be, a lot of times, there are certain areas of your business that you may not share. That it's after you are married that these areas begin to open up.
Not like huge debt.
Just hold on now. That's why I said the 8.2 million naira is relative. Do you get my point? We don't know the couples here. The truth is,
call off the wedding. The money was
just hold on now. The truth is, we don't know whether the lady has, as much as she was owing 8.2 million naira, we don't know whether she has figured a way out to pay that 8.2 million naira. There are people that run businesses, and these businesses are owing banks to the tune of 100 millions. That's the truth. They run businesses and they are owing cooperatives, microfinance bank a lot of money. Do you get my point?
Mm-hmm.
Now, especially men generally, a lot of men that are running businesses. And when they are getting married to their to-be, right, or their wife, they may not share that detail. They'll just talk about their business. This is what my business is all about. This is what we do in my business. They may not necessarily go into the books. Sometimes all of these details, sometimes come after the wedding, because, the interwovenness is now getting so deeper. They'll begin to share. Well, if there had been prior conversations before the discovery to say, hey, madam, are you owing anybody? Hey, mister, are you owing anybody?
Mm-hmm.
And, lies have been told about that. And that's why, you see that a lot of time couples are encouraged that before you get married, that courtship period is a period where you have to ask every question that comes to your head. But I can assure you, you can't even ask all the questions, because when you get married, there are things that are waiting for you to be discovered, and that's just the way it is.
But as you are told to ask questions,
Yes,
there's also the side of volunteering information.
I
as
agree
a
with
show
you.
of transparency, as communication.
I agree.
So in this case, number one, for that man to call off the wedding,
Yeah.
the thing shook him. So that money must mean something to him.
Well, it's relative.
And then if you are owing that kind of money, like you were saying, people, they have businesses, they don't really tell the person those are not best practices, because even if maybe he or she doesn't even have a dime, like you're in the relationship, maybe you are the person with more money. If you are owing a lot of people, even in business, maybe your personal issues are even covered, but you have a lot of debt in your business. If, for instance, it gets to a case where they are arresting you and taking you to, or you're having court cases, or you're running helter-skelter, you have to give the other person a chance to know if they can handle that kind of thing. There are people that it's not even because they are going to be the ones to pay. They can't handle that people are coming to your door, you are running helter-skelter. They can't even handle hearing that you are owing 10 million. So you have to give them that chance.
Okay,
that's the best practice. So if somebody, even if the person knows definitely this guy or this girl is not expecting me to pay because this person knows where I am, let's even leave that, because I feel like the man probably did that because he was thinking that I will be inheriting this liability as I marry this girl.
Okay.
So it will become our problem, which is true. And the same thing, even if you are a business person, you are the one that was more financially buoyant, and then you are owing money, and your spouse really doesn't have much to contribute, even when you want to pay. The person is still buying into that liability. So the person has to get a chance to decide that I can handle this, I can't handle this, I want to go with it because of you. I'll give you another example. Like if somebody has a child and they don't tell the person they want to marry, even though that person has planned out everything and said, this, maybe the child doesn't even want to live with them. This is where this child will live, and this is what will happen. I'm going to be paying their school fees. It's not going to disturb our marriage. Most times people are still offended and taken aback because you should have given me a chance to find out. You should have given me, even as little as, you should have given me a chance to decide if I'm okay being somebody's stepmom or stepdad, or that our kids are not going to be the first kids that both of us are having. And so you can't belittle that. You can't downplay it.
No, I'm not.
And if you have it so much figured out, then you should have told that person, because you already have it figured out. So I really think that man. So this is
my own approach to it. I'm not saying the man overreacted.
Okay.
Do you get my point? Okay. I'm not saying the whole situation doesn't look absurd. Do you get my point? What I'm saying is this: for every relationship, as the case may be, that is going to lead to marriage, I guess my point, there are certain things that you will not be aware of.
Definitely.
Do you get my point? And sometimes some of these things can even be things that, for instance, for the man may feel is not such a big deal.
Okay.
But for the woman may feel it's a deal breaker. Do you get my point? For the woman, she may feel it's not such a big deal. But for the man, he may feel it's a deal breaker as well. Do you get my point? Because some of these things you only get to discover, do you understand? Sometimes after the wedding, So mine is about the fact that whatever you are finding out, whatever you have found out, do you get? The approach is still the same. Conversations need to happen. Why do you get my? Because there are two different people coming together. For me, I'm looking at it and saying, for instance, if we don't know the worth of these people, right?
Mm-hmm.
If the woman is worth good money, let's even say she doesn't worth anything, and she just took a gamble on a business that was legit, that just went bad.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get my point? Question is, if you really love that person, are you with me now?
Mm-hmm.
Can't you show that for that person to say, okay, let's go through it.
Why
Let's
you don't
move
know
ahead.
what happened?
No, now there will be explanations. That's what I'm saying. The approach. Do you
Maybe
get my
heard
point?
the explanation and it's okay. Maybe, maybe
but
it's not
really,
that I don't want to live a gambling life.
Well,
so.
really, we'll leave it to you guys to decide, But for me, right, I just feel that, no matter the mountain, when there's a will, you can climb it.
Don't take people for granted.
So but we'll be looking forward to see what you guys have to say.
Yeah.
Do you agree with Ayo's approach? I'm just trying not to be judgmental on this case. Do you get
I'm not being judgmental
but
I'm just saying
the guy over, but for me, I just feel like when things like this happen, I think there has to be an approach to it, because I know that there are relationships out there right now that certain things are being discovered, and I want to tell you, if you follow the right approach with it, trust me, it might eventually lead to you guys calling it off, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you follow a certain approach, you know that beyond reasonable doubt, you have done your part.
So what
and
do
you
you
have
think
engaged.
you should have done, even though we don't know what he did?
What
we
he
don't
did,
know if he
that's the
discussed
point.
with her and then said, sorry, I can't do this. But what would you say somebody finding out something that really shocks them?
Okay.
And they really feel this person should have said it, this looks fishy.
Okay.
What do you think they should do?
Okay, so now, first thing first is, for me, in a relationship, intentions are very important. Because sometimes in our minds, when our to-be does some things that we are not happy with, right, we should not generally quickly conclude that was intentional. Do you get my point?
Okay.
And we need to demonstrate trust to say, okay, why did you do this? For instance, you have a date, man kept you waiting or stood you up, as the case may be, or lady did that to you. That might not be intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Something may have gone wrong somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get my point? And when you maintain that, sane approach to it, by the time you listen to what, your partner has to say, at the end of the day, you may give them a pass. That's the truth, And if you're out there and your spouse or your to-be has explained something to you, and you see the honesty, right, in the mistake, in the liability, trust me, one of the things I believe about relationship is that at those down times, they need you. And it will always happen in a marriage. It will happen. It usually will happen. It's not always going to be up. Sometimes it will go down a bit, and then, at those times. And remember, you yourself, you are not perfect. And you are always coming to that relationship with a liability. And now, the lady is coming with a 8.2 million naira liability. Quite obvious. But do we know the liability that the man is coming with?
That's true.
Do you get my point? Do we know what the lady would need to tolerate, be patient with? Do you get my point? In that marriage. And I just feel that for everybody that it's about to go into marriage, keep this at the back of your mind, right? After engagement, after you have done the approach, and you still come, you think about it, and you say, oh, this is a deal breaker for me. You can take a walk, and that's fine. And that's why I'm not really saying the guy overreacted or he was not right in what he had done, right? But for me, just for people out there, that's my own view to it, to say, you know what, just listen, and then try to be measured in your reaction, because we have seen people destroy marriages just because of toothpaste, pressing toothpaste.
Mm-hmm.
Even as simple as farting. a guy is used to fart by all himself in his room, or a lady is used to farting by all himself, and then they are married now. Guy farts becomes a problem. The lady farts becomes a serious problem, you know. And so that's why in marriage there's also the part of adjusting, you know. And I hope that this edition on this issue, you guys may not agree, and some will agree with us, but we'll be looking forward to see what you have to say on the comment section. We'll see you on the next one. We will be talking about several issues that we see online that is probably making the waves, and some may not make the waves, but we'll just talk about it in our own little way and share what we think about them. See you on the next one. Remember to follow us and subscribe to our channel.
And like.
See you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.